Hi, guys, and welcome to the first episode of the
Tornado Takeover. That's right.
We are your hosts.
I'm Fred.
And I'm Angela.
How's everybody doing out there?
And
hope you guys are having a great day.
We are excited to be here on IU Sports Radio. Your direct for all that is sports, to chat all things Oklahoma sports.
This is our debut show. Hope you guys enjoy it. We're going to go ahead and definitely talk about the current events going on in the sports of Oklahoma, and also let you guys know later on in the segment about teams in sports that you may or may not know about. For those that don't know, we're going to put you on. So stay tuned. Enjoy it. This is our debut start off. So guys, enjoy it. I'm excited. I'm enjoying it. Hope you guys are enjoying it as well. Let's get out there and let's get it. Tornado Takeover, baby. Go.
All right, guys, and welcome to our premiere episode, inaugural episode.
This is our debut,
first episode.
Tornado Takeover, baby.
Tornado Takeover.
You know what it is.
It's about to be a tornado party up in here.
Got to do it. So glad you guys are here to tune in. My name is Fred. I'm a first timer. This is my fiance Angela. And we're going to put you guys in on what's going on in Oklahoma for those that don't know, Hope you guys are enjoying the segment. Definitely talking sports. We are a sports household. So we want to put that out there for you guys. And thank you for tuning in. You know, give us a like and subscribe, all that good stuff. You know, check us out on X, all that good stuff. And thank you. You know.
So for today's show, we are going to chat some OU Boomer Sooners. We're also going to go over some I'm gonna say Ohio, what in the world? Oklahoma State Cowboys. And then we're gonna go up north to Tulsa Golden Hurricanes, come back to Oklahoma City and chat some Thunder basketball. And then we're gonna also throw in, as Fred said previously, we're going to let you guys know about some pro sports teams that you may not even know are in the state of Oklahoma. I know I did not know at first. Clearly, I'm not from Oklahoma. This is the Oklahoma native over here. So he was like, babe, did you know I was in Oklahoma? And I'm like, no. So we're going to let you know later on in the show about different sports. Also, big news that is coming to the state of Oklahoma for the 2028 Olympics, and we're going to let you know.
Absolutely. Stay tuned. We got a lot of good information for you guys.
Hey, Ralph. We are excited to be here. Ralph Calise is coming up right after us on the Yenser Report, so make sure you stay tuned.
Shout out to Ralph.
And catch all things Pittsburgh. So right now, we're going to head to see what our sponsors have to say. And when we get back, we will dig deeper into the state of Oklahoma.
Hi, eSports Radio fans. This show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, single A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
Hi Esports Radio fans, be sure to check out our sponsor, Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Cecilia B. You just finished your very own wedding or baby shower invitations and you're looking for that extra special touch? Maybe you just wrote a letter to a relative or a friend and you want to add to their smile when they receive it. Then seal the deal with Cecilia's handmade sealing wax stamps for your invitations, letters, and gifts. You bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. You can find them on Instagram at sealthedeal_wax stamps and on Facebook, Seal the Deal Wax Seals.
For the last 10 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, make sure to check out our daily updated website at iesportsradio.com. At iesportsradio.com, you can see our daily show schedule and check out all of our show pages with personal bios to learn a little bit more about each of our awesome hosts. In addition to our show pages, you can catch the iSports Radio blog, Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month page, and our merchandise shop including t-shirts, tank tops, caps, long sleeves, hoodies, and more. For now over a decade here at IE Sports Radio, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and we thank you all for your support and for making IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hi, guys, and welcome back to the Tornado Takeover. Just want to really quickly shout out our sponsors, Planet Jerky, Premium Beef Jerky. Go follow them on Instagram. Go grab you a bag of Planet Jerky.
Get you some. They have all kind of flavors, whatever you want. They have a buffet for everybody, whatever you need.
From hot to not so hot, because I'm a not so hot girl.
And I'm a hot dude.
And he likes it spicy.
Oh, yeah.
Also, want to shout out Seal the Deal Wax Seals. Cecilia B does an amazing job. She did all of our seals for our wedding invitation.
Yeah.
Guys, it is literally the easiest process to purchase them. They ship to your house. You just peel off the backing, stick them onto your envelope. Easy as 1, 2, 3.
Absolutely.
Babe, you can do it. I did it. You don't need a master's degree. Just go order your seals now. She's got Christmas ones coming up for Christmas cards. Go get them. Also, major shout out to IE Sports Radio. Go check the shop. T-shirts, hoodies, hats.
All the good merch.
You want it. We got it. Also, guys, Christmas is coming up. Go snag you a little Christmas ornament.
Get you some of those.
To hang on your tree. Also, hopefully coming soon, we'll have some coolsies.
That's right.
So go check out our merchandise shop at iesportsradio.com/shop. All right, let's get into it.
Let's get it.
Let's go. We are going to chat some Boomer
Sooner.
Boomer.
Sooner.
Okay, I thought you knew. Just
Yeah,
wanted to make sure y'all was
And if
ready.
you don't know, you know now.
Just want to make sure you're ready.
That's
All
right.
right. If
All
you
right.
don't know, now
All right,
you
so,
are.
so starting off, let's start off how those Sooners are doing well. They're 2-0 right now, you know. Their first game, doing really, really good. It was very dominant. We're talking about 51-3
against the Temple Owls. But let's just start with that. It wasn't like we opened the season with another SEC team at what, so they were playing in a team in the American Conference. So
Right.
we can start with that. But we got a new quarterback, new
replacing
coaching
Dylan
staff.
Gabriel, our last quarterback, who actually was a very solid quarterback, by the way.
We got a new conference. They've moved to the SEC. So there was a lot of first times. We were expecting a lot of first time jitters. Unfortunately, those first time jitters went out of the door.
They went in and they dominated very well, like they were supposed to.
I mean, defense was looking great. Of course, you can't expect anything less when you've got Danny Stutzman. And if you haven't heard, I'm going to put you on it right now, because Danny Stutzman took his NIL money and gave it to the walk-ons. Hello, can we give him a shout out? Shout out to Stutzman. What other team do you know who's takes, I think it was like something like $50-some thousand.
Yeah.
It was somewhere in that neighborhood. Outrageous amount of money that he just goes and it's like, look, you guys, the walk-ons, y'all don't make any money. You got to pay to play, basically.
Absolutely.
Here's some money. And on top of that, then turn around. And I think he gave him like a whole care package of like Beats, or it's some big care package on top of that. So that's the kind of camaraderie that we need at OU.
Just speaking on the game leaders for that game, Arnold, again, our new quarterback who replaced Dylan Gabriel, he had 17 for 25, 141 yards, 4 touchdowns. Did really well. Tatum, 4 carries, 66 yards, and 1 touchdown. And B. Sharp had 5 receptions, 47 yards, and he had a touchdown as well against Temple. So OU's looking really sharp, you know.
Shout out to Drewski that's in the chat. Yes, I think OU is a great fit for the SEC.
100% agree.
And I hate to say it, I'm like, as bad as I don't want to, because they are our rivals, I think bringing the Texas OU rival to the SEC is going to be another powerhouse.
I think that's going to be really good for SEC. That rivalry has always been there for quite some time. So bringing it to a new conference, I think it's good. I think change is good. I think that this new change is going to be very exciting. I think it's going to be, open doors. This rivalry has always been going on for a while, so it's going to be a good thing. And like I always say, I say change is good. So let's see where it goes. But yeah, Oklahoma's looking really sharp. Their game versus Houston,
which is another, like I keep telling you, Houston's another one that just moved last year out of the American Conference and moved into the Big Ten. So did we play them last year in Big Ten? I think we may have in the Big Ten game, but they're another one where their defense and their team is a powerhouse. So them coming in, I was actually shocked.
Yeah,
that
definitely.
We didn't dominate as much as we should.
I was looking forward to the more of a dominating game. They still came out with the victory, which is good. There were times where Oklahoma struggled a little bit, but they dug in deep and they came out with the W. So
there were times where my heart rate was struggling a little bit. My blood pressure was high.
Yeah.
My heart rate was pounding. I was like down on my hands and knees praying. You were at work and I'm having to watch this game and text him updates. Like if they don't win against Houston,
right,
I think I'm not going to tell him.
Absolutely.
So the issue, can we talk about the issue at hand? So for those that don't know, college football is now switched to using the tablets on the sidelines, as also they're able to hear. So in the NFL, the guy with the green dot on the back of his helmet, like you can talk to him through his helmet. Game 1, they had a huge issue with that, both on defensive with Danny Stutzman, offensive with Jackson Arnold. Danny ended up plugging his ear holes in the side of his helmet, the little pieces on the side of his helmet. He ended up plugging so he could hear. He couldn't hear the coaches. For the game 2, he was good. But offensive side of the ball, Jackson Arnold's was all the way turned up to 12, 10. I don't know what it goes up to, but it's all the way up. And he's still like, I can't hear. You are playing at home.
Right.
And you can't hear the calls. Now, I'm not saying that the Palace of the Prairie on the, what is it called?
The Prairie of the Palace.
The Prairie of the Palace is a quiet place, because it's not. But we got to fix this.
Yeah,
We got
definitely.
to going into week 3. We are playing Tennessee at home in Norman.
And they're definitely a challenge.
First SEC game on the schedule. Primetime SEC. I think it's on ESPN. We got to get this headgear together.
Immediately.
We can't be going old school, flipping through. Like
what
what's
are we
the
going to
call,
do?
yelling from the sideline. Like that's
Right.
the reason why they implemented this. Why don't we have this fixed?
Absolutely.
So yes, Drewski just said in the chat that OU has Tennessee next. I can't lie, I'm a little nervous for OU. Tennessee coming in.
Yeah, they're solid.
They just came off of putting up 51 points against NC State. Now, I'm not saying NC State is like the best team out there, but they're not a slouch either.
Right.
But OU's got to step it up on defense.
Definitely. And that's the thing that OU was noted for in the past was our defense. You know what I mean? I am a Sooner fan, by the way. I still shout out all my Oklahoma teams, but I am a Sooner fan. But at the same time, defense definitely needs to step up. They could have played much better on the defensive side of things when it came to Houston. Even though the W did happen, there were times where they were looking a little sloppy, and that's not really them. You know what I mean? But that's okay though. Hopefully they'll go back, get in that room. Let's correct those issues and let's get back on track. You know what I'm saying? So,
Stay on OU for a minute.
Talking about other sports for Oklahoma.
Other teams for on Oklahoma. Sorry, for the Sooners.
The Sooner soccer. They host ULM on Thursday, September the 12th. At 7 p.m. for Military Appreciation Night.
And I will say that women's soccer at OU has been putting up some points.
Yeah,
they have been doing amazing this year. And I'm excited to watch. You know me, I'm a soccer fanatic.
Oh, yeah,
in
definitely.
my house, growing up, that's all we did was soccer.
Yeah.
But I mean, women's soccer, cross country for OU was also
absolutely
putting the stats up.
Volleyball's looking good. Cross country, Texas A&M Invitational on September the 13th on Friday. Men's tennis at the SEC Fall Invite, September the 13th through Sunday, September the 15th. So check those out for those who are into that. Volleyball Tulsa, September the 13th, Friday at 6:30
That's going to be a good game.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be
So
a good
it's going to be women's soccer against Tulsa.
Right.
We're going to chat a little bit more about Tulsa Golden Hurricanes just a little later in the show. But, you know, going back to OU sports, I will say OU sports has literally – softball has been dominant. Women's gymnastics, if they are out of this world.
Definitely.
I think the women's gymnastics and the softball may be my favorite to watch, but I love football. We are a football house.
Absolutely, definitely.
But their gymnastics team is unstoppable. Clearly, their softball team is unstoppable. They're now a 4-peat in NCAA softball, and they also have just put a statue honoring Coach Patty at Love's Field.
Shout out to Coach Patty. Keep doing your thing out there.
I mean,
you're making it happen.
The rings that that woman has is just
she deserves every accolade that she has. She has definitely supervised a great program there, and it shows in their dominance and what they've been doing. So shout out to Patty. Coach, keep doing what you're doing out there. You're making us look good.
All right. So before we wrap up, we're getting ready to take a break. Before we wrap up our Oklahoma Sooner section here. First of all, I want to shout out to every single one of you guys in the chat room. I see you, Jen B. I see you, Taryn. Got to shout out my best friend from Germany, Summer. I love you. You and Willow and Dylan. You guys are the best.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Rick, for, you guys are just amazing. It is our first show. We are so excited to chat Oklahoma sports, not just OU, but all of Oklahoma sports. So before we take a break, we do have a little question. I want to know, let us know in the comment. I want to know what you guys think.
A little random trivia,
How many Heisman winners does the University of Oklahoma have? When we get back, we'll let you know the answer. So we're going to take a short break. When we get back, let us know how many Heisman winners you think the University of Oklahoma has. And we'll see you shortly.
Get back with you.
Hey sports fans, do you like wine? Well, we've got the show for you. This is Let's Wine About Sports, a show where we talk about wine and sports simultaneously. From the classic Cabernet Sauvignon all the way down to the grapes that you've never even heard of before. Oh yeah, we cover it all. And we'll talk about a little bit of sports as well. Football, hockey, collegiate, women's sports, it doesn't matter. We're going to talk about it all, and we're going to whine about it all. So join me Monday at 8 p.m. on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hockey fans, I'm Adam Kernan.
And I'm Zach Puplis.
Together, we are the newest version of Hockey Talk on IE Sports Radio, The Neutral Zone.
Zone.
We love hockey, but we also know it's not everyone's first sport. So we want to make this show as much for new fans as for the diehards.
Whether you can name all the Swedes on the 08 Red Wings Stanley Cup team, or if you can't tell if Varlamov is a goalie or the latest trendy vodka, we're here to help. With facts, figures, and outrageous fans, we bring you all the hard-hitting hockey news you can handle, while still keeping it fun and on the rails. Well, mostly.
So tune in every week as we go around the hockey world, from college to Canada, the minors and the majors, and everywhere in between.
So bring your cellies.
And your one-timers.
You wicked wristas.
And be sure to protect your five-hole.
Catch the Neutral Zone every week on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
We promise not to pick on the Arizona Coyotes every episode.
Hi guys, and we are back. So before we took the break, we asked you, how many Heisman winners does the University of Oklahoma have? And if you guessed 7,
hold on, drum roll, please.
Oh. If you guessed 7, you are correct. So starting in 1952, all the way up to 2018, with the quarterback of my favorite team, the Arizona Cardinals, Mr. Kyler Murray himself.
That's right.
So I really would have thought that OU would have had a lot more Heisman winners.
I thought so too, but in research, yeah, we have 7.
That's crazy to think. So, all right, flipping gears a second.
We're going to go the other way from Norman all the way to Stillwater, baby.
And we're going to chat some OSU Cowboys.
Shout out to the Cowboys fans out there.
And not the Dallas ones.
Not the Dallas ones. OSU.
All right. So you want to kick us off with some OSU? Let me just tell you that this past game, I don't know if anybody watched that game against, who were they playing? Auburn? I don't know. Arkansas, that was the game. I knew it started with an A. But y'all, I thought I was going to have a heart attack. And I just sounded real country right then, because that's how I felt. I was like, I can't. It was too early. That was a noon game on the East Coast, so an 11 Central game, 11 a.m. Central kickoff game on ESPN. It went into double overtime. Double overtime. Yes, not 1, but 2. And let me just say to you guys, I don't know what I don't know what happened to OSU in the beginning of the game, because they were off in La La Land somewhere. They were still waking up, still trying to have their breakfast,
Get some coffee.
I don't really know.
Waking up smelling the roses.
I don't know. But once halftime happened, they just flipped the switch. I guess they were well woken up because of all the hits that they got on defense or offense. the defense hit them. But yeah, it was a whole nother game in the second half. And then it became a whole third game in overtime.
Right, in double overtime.
I mean,
they were trailing 21-7 at halftime. So they overcame a deficit of 14 points for the third time in their past 6 games. And then they eventually came out with the victory against Arkansas, 39-31. It was a hard-fought battle. Maybe they were just lackadaisical. I don't know what was going on.
Like I said, I have absolutely no clue. And the kicking is what saved the game.
Right.
It also is what cost us to have to go into double overtime.
Well, this is true, but then that's the reason why they call it special teams.
It takes a special person to play special teams.
Absolutely. That's why you have that team there for those special missions, if you will, for lack of better choice of words. But they did come out very well. They will be definitely they're surrounded by Utah and Kansas State, Arizona and Iowa State, Kansas, BYU, UCF, and TCU. They all receive votes in both sets of polls as well.
And they did start, I will say, so when last week's poll came out, I'm not going to lie to you, I haven't looked at this week's poll. Last week's poll came out, OU was number 15 and OSU was number 16.
Right. So they're kind of neck to neck a little bit.
Yeah.
Definitely, room for growth and improvement, but they're still solid teams.
They are. And I will say with OSU staying in the Big Ten, I will say it hurts when it comes to as far as the rival, the OU-OSU rival.
The Bedlam rivalry.
That one's going to sting because we don't get that Bedlam rival this year.
Right.
But I think OSU has a really strong team for staying in the Big 10.
Absolutely. Big 12, they are in the Big 12 conference. Oklahoma State has actually improved quite a bit when it comes to the football. Most people from Oklahoma really know Oklahoma State for basketball, which they have a very solid basketball program. But their football program has really, really, really stepped up. Mike Gundy has done his thing over there. The coaching staff over there, they've really done well to make them a serious contender. So I'm definitely always going to give props. Like I said, it's my home state. It's where I'm from. And
you actually almost went to OSU for wrestling.
I had actually considered that because I was on the wrestling team in my high school, and I was always told that Oklahoma State, even though I am an OU fan, I've always been an OU fan, I'd actually considered Oklahoma State because they have a solid wrestling program. And just kind of throwing it in there, some UFC fighters went to Oklahoma State. Daniel Cormier, Randy Couture, Big Rig. You guys know him, for those of you who watch that stuff. They're straight out of Oklahoma. So
you're telling me I could be right now sitting in orange instead of this beautiful crimson color?
Had I went there, yes. But, I'm a loyalty man. You see what I'm wearing? It's Oklahoma all the way through, baby. But still, shout out to Oklahoma Sooners.
Orange doesn't look good on me. I'm glad you didn't go.
Well, definitely. I'm going to always root for them. Just, we'll leave that alone. But Oklahoma State, keep doing your thing.
What's his name? Pistol Pete?
Pistol Pete.
Pistol Pete. Y'all, if you have never seen the OSU mascot, first of all, let me just shout out OSU's fan base because they striped the stadium out. And if you don't know what striping the stadium out is, each section wears a different color. They striped the stadium out and they did the thing.
And I have definitely been
They did the thing. And Pistol Pete coming in on a John Deere Gator with OU slapped to the side.
Absolutely.
OSU. It was hilarious.
Absolutely.
That mascot cracks me up. But yeah, shout out OSU fans because y'all striped the stadium.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Keep it up.
And you Stillwater fans out there are very crazy about y'all Oklahoma State Cowboys. I'm not mad at you. Keep doing what you're doing. You guys support. Plenty of guys that I went to high school with went to OSU. So, no, I got love for you. I'm definitely a Sooner fan, but, I got love for anything Oklahoma. That's where I'm from. So, I'm definitely going to shout you out, man. You guys keep doing your thing out there.
And then in other OSU sports, what we have coming up, I think women's soccer is also always, that's all, folks. No, it's not really.
No.
OSU's Lady Cowboys, so our Lady Cowgirls, excuse me. The team is the Cowboys, but all the women's sports, they're called the Cowgirls.
Absolutely.
Which doesn't make any sense to me, but okay. And for some reason, their nickname are the Pokes. So it all doesn't make sense to me, but no one asked me. So the women's
let's start with the Cowgirl softball.
They actually have a pretty decent team.
Yeah, they do. They've always been pretty strong. Let's see, September the 15th.
Yes, softball is coming up. As crazy as it seems, they're already starting practices.
They're going to be playing
training.
Texas A&M. They're already getting it going. They definitely have a strong softball team. We all know, anyone who's been watching OU Sooners, they also have a strong. But back to the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Definitely give them their shine. Let's see, they're going to be playing Colorado
for softball. I know that their women's soccer is really good. I know their gymnastics is really decent.
The 19th, Cowgirl soccer versus Colorado. The 15th, going back a little bit, they're going to be playing Texas A&M.
Well, that's at their they're having like a what's that softball tournament thing coming up.
Right.
Next week, the 21st, the Cowboy football will be playing Utah, so we'll have a Big Ten matchup there, which I really am excited for that game.
Definitely.
I'm really excited for that game. Shout out Travis in the chat, Thomas. Welcome to the SEC. You already know.
That's
you
right.
already know. We coming in.
Yeah. We're in there, in the building, baby.
I'm going to throw it back for a second to OU. OU had 50, a 5, and a 0 conference win championships in football.
Absolutely.
So just get ready. Just get ready, SEC. We coming, okay?
Yeah.
You want our number so you can have it?
Yeah, mark it on your calendar.
Okay.
That
Just
day
wanted
is
to make
coming.
sure.
Thought you knew. All right, so let's kind of switch gears a little bit. Yeah, again, shout out to OSU. Keep doing your thing. Let's go to Tulsa. See what's
Tulsa Golden Hurricanes. So I have a fun fact for you guys because I did not know this. So I was born and raised in Eastern North Carolina, for those who don't know. So I am an East Carolina fan, and we play Tulsa quite often. They are in our conference, the American Conference. So every time I see Tulsa Golden Hurricanes, I am like, excuse me, what? Y'all do not have hurricanes in Tulsa.
Mm-hmm.
Coming from Eastern North Carolina, that's all we have is hurricanes. We don't know anything about tornadoes. So I learned that the Tulsa Golden Hurricane is actually the name because of the dust storms.
And we have a lot of them in Oklahoma.
Yeah. The Tulsa Golden Hurricane, the golden hurricane is because of the dust storms. Yeah. I feel the same way. It's okay. Don't worry. All right. So Tulsa just played this past week. Who did they play again?
Let's see.
I forgot.
Let's
Let's pull up who our beloved, not our beloved, because I'm not a Tulsa Golden Hurricane fan.
So while we're looking that up, let's talk about Tulsa's Picali was named AAC Defensive Player of the Week for volleyball.
Oh, yeah. Volleyball. Go check out Taryn Rodriguez on Set Point every Monday. He is your volleyball guru. Literally, I've learned so much about volleyball just by listening to Set Point. So shout out Taryn. Go check out Set Point. While we're on that, check out all the IE Sports Radio shows. I mean, we have almost every region, almost every professional sport covered.
Yes.
So go check them. Go check out all the shows. Tulsa played Arkansas State. Unfortunately, it was not the outcome that they wanted. They lost 28-24. Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah. Losses. Yeah, I can't speak today.
These things happen.
They happen. It's sad, but it's all right. They beat Northwestern State game 1, 62-28. So I guess they just made up for it. They were like, look, we won. the gap was so big that we'll just pretend like game 2 never happened. It was only a 4-point loss. It wasn't like it was a dramatic loss.
Right, like it was a blowout.
But here's the thing, okay? If anybody knows anything about Oklahoma geography, how far away is Stillwater from Tulsa?
Stillwater and Tulsa, really, they're in the same area. They have the same area code, so they're not very far from one another.
Yeah, and guess who plays each other this weekend? Yeah, you got that.
For those who know.
You got
if
that.
you know, you know.
Tulsa at OSU.
Oh.
Or sorry, OSU is at Tulsa.
They're at Tulsa, right.
So, I'm sorry, Golden Hurricane fans.
You guys are going to have a problem. But.
Yeah.
Play the best that you can.
Give it your all.
Yeah, do what you do. Oklahoma State is looking pretty good.
Yeah, Mike Gundy's doing really good.
Oh yeah, I love Mike Gundy. Mike Gundy is solid. He's definitely earned his accolades. He deserves every accolade that he's gotten. Mike Gundy, keep doing your thing. Salute to you. Definitely.
So yeah, I will say in the standings, Tulsa's about the middle of the pack in the American Conference standings right now. So not too bad. Clearly, they haven't started conference play yet. They just added some American teams. So that sounds really weird. American teams, they're all American. Added teams to the American Conference. I think, honestly, Tulsa, I hate to say this, I think they may be a middle-of-the-pack team this year.
I mean,
it's not that they look horrible.
No, they don't.
It's not that they look great, but it's also looking at some of the teams in the American Conference. They're playing Army. We've got Navy in the conference. South Florida's been looking really good. FAU's been looking good. So, it's gonna be a hard game, a hard year for poor Tulsa.
Right.
But I think that I'm not going to say that they can go back to the championship, but I think that they can get up there. My prediction is they'll most likely be in a bowl game this year.
That's definitely a possibility. I wouldn't rule them out. I think that they do have a possibility of getting there, but they have powerhouses that they're going to have to overcome.
I mean, looking at their schedule right now, honestly, the biggest game is going to be OSU. That's this weekend. I mean, after that, they're playing Louisiana Tech, and then they're going into conference play with North Texas, Army, Temple, and UTSA. And that's just rounding out through October, September, October. So they're playing against teams that are good. UAB's been notably good in the past.
Army, they've been pretty good.
Army's got a decent football program. Yeah. I'm not too familiar with North Texas, as I believe, were in CUSA, CUSA, and just moved over to American. So,
but they definitely have some hurdles they're going to have to learn how to jump over.
And I'm not going to lie, if East Carolina don't straighten it up, they're going to mop us.
Little throw in there, by the way. But Tulsa does have a legitimate shot. Hopefully they can make whatever adjustments they need to make. And a lot of times when it comes to the game, that's what it's about, knowing what your opponent's doing, making the adjustments that you need to make, and doing what needs to be done to win. Tulsa, they have a legitimate shot, but they're definitely going to have some challenges. So let's see where they go with that.
All right. So before we take another break, what is coming up on the schedule for Tulsa as far as other sports that are being played? What's this week's schedule looks like for I can't talk today. What is this week's schedule look like for Tulsa Golden Hurricanes sports?
Okay, well, let's look it up.
Apparently I just need to learn how to talk.
That's all right. We know what you mean, so it's all good.
I think I want to say ladies soccer has a game coming up. I'm drawing a blank. I'm not gonna lie, I'm old. I'm getting old.
We all are getting old. We are all getting old. Let's see. So Men's soccer versus Oral Roberts will be on September the 10th, which is today at 7 p.m.
Oral Roberts is another good
another
Oklahoma
Tulsa
school.
area. Very well-noted Christian college.
You actually almost went to Oral Roberts.
This is true.
Well.
I did get an invitation. I went to an invitation dinner, and there was a point where I actually could have become a student at Oral Roberts. Volleyball versus Stephen F. Austin, September the 12th. Let's see what else we have. Women's soccer at Rice, September the 12th at 6 p.m.
That's going to be a good game. Rice has a good women's soccer. They had a good women's soccer.
Volleyball, September the 12th, 6:30 p.m. Versus ranked number 22 Arkansas. So that's another one. And I think that's about it for now. More to follow, but that's where we're at with Tulsa. So shout out to Tulsa. Guys, keep doing your thing. And then when we get back, we're going to touch more into the segment with the Thunder and other sports in Oklahoma City that are supported that you may or may not know about.
All right. So before we head to a quick break, I'm going to pop this up. What other semi-pro or pro sports teams do you think that are in the state of Oklahoma? Because let me just tell you, there are a lot that I didn't know about.
Absolutely.
I did not know. And then, so when we get back, we'll talk OKC Thunder. We'll just brief you a little bit on those sports teams that are also in the state of Oklahoma.
Absolutely.
And then we have to let you in on what Olympic sports are coming to the great state of Oklahoma in 2028.
Chew on that one, guys.
All right. So we will see you back shortly after this quick break.
Hey, sports fans. Are you in the market for Florida sports or just keeping up with the latest in the Panhandle? Palm Tree Sports is a dedicated audio hub to all things sports in the Sunshine State. We cover current events, big news, heavily favored opinions all across the NFL, NBA, MLB, and so much more. So come check us out every Saturday evening at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For a down south education on Florida sports and athletics, it's hosted by yours truly, Corey Pujols, and is powered by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
What's happening, sports fans? Are you a fan of Southern California sports? Are you looking for a show hotter than a hot summer day in California? Then look no further than the SoCal Supreme Sports Show, where I talk about all things Southern California sports. That's right, all sports teams from Southern California. From the hard-hitting tackles of the NFL, to the killer crossovers and big three-pointers of the NBA and WNBA, to the grand slams of the MLB, to the bone-chilling goals of the NHL, and to the booming kicks of the MLS. The SoCal Supreme Sports Show has it all for you. Oh, and let us not forget about the college sports as well. So join me, Taryn Rodriguez, every week here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
All right, guys, welcome back.
What up?
We are going to chat a little OKC Thunder while you continue to, hi, we're a little up close, while you continue to ponder what other sports are in the great state of Oklahoma. All right, let's chat some Thunder basketball.
OKC Thunder, baby.
I should have worn my OKC, my Paul George jersey.
Yeah. He was actually solid.
Throwing it back to the old school here with the Paul George.
Shout out to the Thunder. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is sharp. He's definitely doing it. Yeah, he's definitely doing it. He was definitely a good candidate for the MVP run. Me personally, I wish he'd have got it, but it didn't work out that way. That's okay. Just kind of throwing it out there. My fiance and I did go to the Orlando game where the Thunder played.
Oh, yeah, that was your Christmas present.
It absolutely was, and the Thunder did their
That was the game that they retired Shaq's jersey.
Absolutely. And we got to witness a historic moment. Shout out to Shaquille O'Neal. Hey, keep doing your thing. We were there during the retirement of his jersey.
It took 6 hours. I'm gonna just say that NBA, I love y'all, but we gotta speed this up. I mean, Orlando, we're in the Tampa region, so Orlando's just hop, skip, and a jump away.
Yeah.
I know. We're talking about Oklahoma sports. We live in Florida. I'm from North Carolina. We're all over the place, but just don't forgive us. Just forgive us. Don't mind us. Just forgive us. I'm a Cardinals fan. He's a Cowboys fan. We're all over the hot place. Okay. Absolutely. We're all over it. But You know what? We love sports.
That's what it is. Absolutely.
So yeah, that we gonna need y'all to speed up these retirement jerseys. It was like almost midnight before that game got over because of this.
But it was very heartfelt. Like Shaq, he got very emotional out there as he deserved it. Like
that was my first NBA game ever. And we were
this
sitting
is true.
Right
she has never been to an NBA game before. I've been to a few, but she has never been to one. And we were right there, close to courtside.
I think
4 or 5 rows back.
No, I think it was 3 rows.
Like we were close, very close.
All right. So what is happening here in OKC with the Thunder?
The Thunder. We're going to be October the 7th playing San Antonio Spurs
for preseason.
The Houston Rockets are going to be playing October the 9th. We're going to be playing New Zealand October the 10th.
New Zealand?
Yeah.
We're playing in New Zealand? So we mean we got to get our passports before October the 10th?
Let's make it happen. Let's definitely make it happen. Let's see. News release. We're going to be, like I said, San Antonio, Houston. We're going to play the New Zealand Breakers. We're going to play Denver on October the 15th.
And we're playing that New Zealand game in Tulsa.
In Tulsa. So Tulsa area, go out there and see that, support that Thunder. Those guys have been playing really, really good. Dallas definitely gave us a run. I'm just going to be honest. But the Thunder, in all fairness, they played really well. They played the best, and I'm proud of them.
I almost had a heart attack yet again during that Dallas game. I know Drewski was excited. I know he was happy.
I'm not mad at the Mavericks. Y'all do what y'all supposed to do, but I'm just saying, the Thunder, for a young team, definitely picking up.
They've got some improvement. They have been slowly improving, and they have a long way to go. And I'm excited to be on this journey of this ride with Thunder basketball.
Definitely.
And it's starting with the G League. I mean, the Blues are like, stepping up. I mean, we've got
Chet Holmgren. He was the rookie player of the month last year. Did really well. Of course, we all know SGA does what he does. So keep doing it. They definitely have potential. They definitely have potential to be a contender. They proved that. But they're young. They still have some ways to grow. Playing inside a little bit better. Great scores. They mesh well. Josh Giddens, let's get him out there and keep doing your thing out there. They definitely have.
Can you get traded?
Yeah, definitely. They definitely have great potential to move forward. And we picked up Isaiah Hartenstein.
Yeah, from the
I believe from Boston.
The Knicks.
Was it from Boston? No, it was from the Knicks. It was from the Knicks.
I was going to say, because Ricky's in the chat now. He's our New York sports. He does the New York State of Sports. Look, y'all.
Isaiah was looking sharp.
I do all the Twitter, so I know you guys from your Twitter handles. So Ricky does our New York State of Sports. He's now on Mondays at noon Eastern. So shout out, Ricky. Yes, we'll try to take care of your boy for you. I promise.
Yeah, he was looking sharp. He was definitely looking sharp. I thought he would stay in New York, but it is what it is.
I think that's about it for OKC Thunder. Also check out Fast Break with Davison and Dentarius. They will be coming back on in shortly, I believe. They're on Sundays at 8 p.m. That is your all two for basketball. So make sure you check them out right here on IE Sports Radio.
Also, to add this real quick.
Your direct feed for all that is sports.
Also, to add this, Oklahoma City is definitely, the Thunder is definitely community oriented.
Oh, absolutely.
They've been doing a lot. They took a photo shoot with the folks out there in Tulsa. The Thunder Cares platform supports the community 365 days a year through the investment of staff, resources, sponsored programs, donations, player engagement, and the support of the Thunder Community Foundation. They definitely do a lot. So just throw that out there.
All right, guys. So before we took our break, we asked the question of what other semi-pro or pro sports teams are in the state of Oklahoma. And here they are. So if you didn't know, now you know. Did you know that the Crusaders of Oklahoma Rugby Football Club?
I did.
I did not know that the Oklahoma City has a rugby team.
Yeah.
They also have, not just in Oklahoma City, but in Tulsa as well, a USL Champions League pro soccer team. I used to work for a USL Champions League team.
No, that I did not know.
So I am so excited. The Tulsa FC is up in Tulsa, and then you have the OKC Energy.
Absolutely.
So it's not all Thunder. In the great state, there are other pro sports. There is also the OKC Baseball Club. They are the AAA affiliate of the Los Angeles Dodgers. For all your LA Dodgers news, head over on Fridays to the SoCal Supreme Sports Show with Taryn Rodriguez. He will talk all things SoCal sports for you. So he's got your Dodgers covered.
Also throwing in there real quick.
We'll get your AAA affiliate covered.
Twister City Roller Derby.
Oh yeah, roller derby. I'm not big into roller derby.
But for those who are, Oklahoma City does have a Twister City Roller Derby.
Women's roller derby is in the great state of Oklahoma as well. And
as the
also,
Oklahoma Warriors. They are Ice Hockey, North American Hockey League.
Part of the NAHL. Also, if you're looking for hockey is getting ready to start in 2 weeks on Thursday. The Neutral Zone with Adam Kardnick and Zach Puplis will be coming on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. So check them out.
And just throwing real fast, 2028 Olympics. Oklahoma City will host 2 events during the 2028 Summer Olympics. Hold on real quick. It will be held in Los Angeles, but the organizing committee in Los Angeles Olympics opted to have canoe slalom and softball in Oklahoma City given the lack of accepted venues. So there will be
really fast.
There will be definitely out there 2 events.
2 Olympic
in the
events.
Olympics for 2028.
Canoe slalom, which is actually going to be held not far from where you grew up in Oklahoma City.
Yeah. Basically right down the street.
And then softball. For those that don't know, softball, baseball, and flag football are coming to the Olympics in 2028. So the softball will be held at the USA Softball Park, or it's where they host the national championship games. Speaking of softball, OKC Sparks, a pro softball. I did not know pro softball existed. Pro softball is in the great state of Oklahoma.
Absolutely.
The OKC Sparks.
Absolutely.
And before we wrap up, also, they just wrapped up their season. We have to give a shout out to a WPSL team, which is Women's Premier Soccer League team, the OKC FC. They took home some hardware. Their franchise for the Heartland Division won Franchise of the Year. And as someone who used to work in a sports franchise or as for a sports team, a soccer team, that is a big deal. Those front office staff, I can't tell you how many hours I worked in the front office day in and day out, getting ready for a game. And I was in ticket sales. That front office, you did your thing. Also, we got some other, let me pull it up because I got it sitting right here. The goalkeeper, Callie Sullivan, took home Defensive Player of the Year in the Heartland Conference. And also the all-conference best 11, Callie Sullivan as goalkeeper, as well as defensive player Addison Roberts and I believe, and forward Emma Rice. So 3 players on the best of 11 for the Heartland division in the women's PSL. If you've never checked out women's soccer, I highly suggest you check out women's soccer. All right. I think that's it.
Yeah,
I think that wraps it up. That'll do it for us here on Tornado Takeover. Make sure you tune in next Tuesday. We'll talk more OU sports,
More updated sports,
more OSU,
stats, everything.
Tulsa Golden Hurricanes,
Tulsa, everything. Oklahoma City Thunder.
We'll check in on the Oklahoma City Baseball Club as they are getting ready to wrap up their season. That's about it. So, thank you to everyone who is watching this live. Thank you to everyone who is catching us on the replay.
We appreciate you. We love you guys.
Everyone in the chat, we have seen you. If you haven't said hi,
shout out to everybody out there. Thanks for looking on that, guys. Thank you for tuning in and participating. And we love you guys, you know. And from Tornado Takeover with Fred and Angela. Peace and God bless.
Ciao.